Today we are channeling our inner Picasso. Let's make some flower power earrings. Hey you guys, so what is our newest project gonna be? What does it look like? It's gonna be called Flower Power. So we're gonna be making, that's right, earrings with floral patterns, floral designs. I have two in mind. So prayerfully it's either gonna be a two-part video. Sorry, you guys know how I do. I think I talk too much so they just get longer and longer. Just kidding, but I do wanna do two separate designs. So one is gonna be a hand-painted design and the other one's gonna be a surprise. So get your supplies together. You're gonna need some artificial flowers, you're gonna need some paint, you're gonna need some earring hooks, you're gonna need some, what else? Paint brushes, all the usual stuff for making earrings, right? So go ahead and get your jewelry making supplies together and we're gonna be doing some flower power earrings. That's what's coming up on our next tutorial. Well, on this tutorial, stay tuned. So we're gonna get started really quickly versus dragging time parts like I normally do. So you're gonna need to get all your favorite colors of paint. And I have all these set out that I'm gonna wanna use, and we're gonna make an earring that I titled Flower Power. So we're gonna do like a really pretty floral design on a white background, and we're gonna do a really pretty floral design, I think on a black background, which I don't have any earrings that have black, but a lot of times when I wanna wear black, I don't have any earrings to kind of go with it or to match it. And I noticed that in all the aesthetics of the ones that I'm making, none of them are black. So I said, well, let's fix that. So let's do something different. So oftentimes you all ask me where I get my wooden pieces from, and I always get them from Michael's. So when you go into Michael's, in our Michael's, the two that I shop at, one is in Aberdeen and the other one is here in Fayetteville where I live. And Aberdeen is Moore County, so like Southern Pines, Pinehurst area for any of you that are familiar with North Carolina. And so that's where I get these from. And so they're in different places in the stores, but for the one here in Fayetteville, you'll find them over by the sequins. And I'm just rinsing my brush off, just wetting it a little bit so the paint will slip better. But they're over by the feathers and the popsicle sticks and the sequins. And then at the Michael's in Aberdeen, they're actually over by what? Like going towards the paints and the clays and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go, I forgot to grab a little plate to put the paint on, so I'm gonna grab that and then we're gonna get started. But I noticed too that these are a little off in terms of, one is just a little bit smoother than the other one, but I think once you paint them and get the design on there, you won't even notice it. And so we're gonna be making, again, two different pairs of earrings. And so what I've decided to do, also I need to pick up some greenery and some flowers for the other pair I was thinking about making that I alluded to. So that might be in a separate video. So we're gonna just get these done tonight. So some other tools you may wanna have on hand that I'm gonna be using is a ball tool, which y'all see me use all the time. I can't find the one I want, so I'm just gonna pick this one up, but we're gonna use one of our ball tools and we're gonna use different sizes of that. There's three different sizes right there. Also, I'm gonna be using a brush that has a bit of an angle to it, like an edge right there. So we're gonna use that. And so we're just gonna be making some randomly different kind of flowers. And then we're gonna outline them in like a white detail where it kind of looks like a highlight. At least in my mind, that's what we're talking about doing. So let's go ahead and get started painting our bases. Gonna run and get the plate. And then you can make your bases any color that you want, but again, I'm gonna do mine with a black base and a white base, and then we're gonna go from there to make it super pretty and cute. Guys, so let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna do the black pair first. And so I'm just using the regular Craft Smart black paint, and we're just gonna do, I'm gonna do 2 coats because I really want it to stand out. I want it to be really pretty. I want them to be well covered. And I was just thinking as I was doing this that these would be really pretty if you did like a denim, like a blue jean kind of color, you know, where we did like a denim wash, and we did that with some other earrings. But that would be pretty, or like some tie-dye type design with flowers. I think that would be pretty. I noticed that a lot of people are into 70s aesthetic and 90s and all that. So of course, whatever you like and whatever you want to design. But I felt like if we did a black base and a white base, that I feel like it would really make the colors and the flowers pop, because look how pretty that is. That looks really nice. And all we did was just put the first coat on. So we're just gonna keep painting. And you guys, this weekend I worked all week. So real estate has been a tough challenge because it's been so hard to find homes for my clients. So we gotta just keep looking. And in between real estate, I've been growing my insurance team, so now I have writers in different parts of the country. So I've been talking to you about that. So my goal is to become an agency owner. I set a date and a timeline to that. And I just thank God. And what I want to share with you is that if God is laying something on your heart to move into a different area or to expand the area that you're in currently work-wise, heed the Holy Spirit, right? In Proverbs, wisdom says, she says that she calls out, right? Wisdom said that she calls for people to come over and to listen to her, and that her sisters are knowledge and understanding, right? And I don't know if that part's in there, I'm just making that up, but listen to wisdom, listen to the Lord, listen to knowledge and understanding. And if God is really laying on your heart and purpose something else for you to add to what you're doing so that you don't get caught off guard, I encourage you to do that. And so when the Lord led me into insurance, I honestly had not even been thinking about selling insurance. I literally had told someone the week before, like, I would never get my insurance license. But when I tell you that the Lord knew better, and that when I heard the Holy Spirit move me in that direction, I hurried up and went in that direction. And the reason being I'm glad I listened is because now it's really challenging to get contracts accepted in real estate. And if that was my only source of income, that would be a mess. So I just encourage you, if the Holy Spirit is leading and guiding you into another area to add an additional piece of education or skill set, do it and don't tarry. You'll be glad that you did. Let me go rinse this water out so I can use the white paint. I'll be right back. So now let's go ahead and do our white color. And this, of course, is Cotton Ball. This is by Americana Deco Art. I use this all the time, so you've seen me use this before. I think it'd be really pretty too to do a cream colored base. I may make this cream color, even though I'm putting this white down. I may go over it with the ivory color that we have over there, because I'm not really sure I want a stark white pair of earrings. I don't know. Now that I'm putting it on here, I think I want the cream color, but let's go ahead and let that coat dry and see. Only because white tends to pick up stuff, and I'm just wondering if I go to sell them, you know, will they get dirty when people start wearing their makeup? But I guess either way, you're gonna have to clean them off if you wear makeup when you wear any type of porous material. So like with wood is porous, so just keep that in mind. And so I'm also going to share with you my Etsy store. Again, there's a $5 coupon that you get whenever you favorite the store, so definitely head over there. I'm going to put the link in the description box. And thank you, all of you that are new subscribers, and just for your really sweet comments. I really appreciate them, and I read them, and I normally do my best to reply quickly to all of them. So if you see a delay in my reply, please don't think I'm ignoring you. I probably just got busy or sidetracked, but I will reply back. Also, thank you for the suggestions that you share, the critique, I mean, all of it. I'm grateful just for us to be able to engage in conversation and to share art. Something I wanted to start doing was the acrylic pour. I noticed that over the weekend I was seeing people doing the acrylic paint pour, so that's something I'm interested in. I don't know if I'd be interested in doing that on earrings or not. I'm thinking about it, but I was actually interested or thinking about it from the perspective of canvases, like canvas art, which I've never done, but I have an interest in that. So we're gonna let those bases dry. And I was trying to decide if I wanted to do another pair, but I think it's gonna be enough to put 2 pair into this one video already. So what we're gonna do is I wanna do some daisies, I wanna do some sunflowers. So also you're gonna need some junk rings, and these, I just use split rings, and then you're gonna get you some super cute fish hooks. I think the best place to buy supplies is online. Of course, I always buy stuff at the store because I'm an instant gratification kind of person. But I love how when I look at different people's videos and they're like, oh, I ordered this from Amazon, because it does ship really quickly. So of course, I just encourage you, if you're on a budget, shop around, but for sure you may be able to find things a little bit more budget friendly online. So we're gonna let these fronts dry. And then of course you're gonna paint the back. I may go ahead and start painting on the front of the design with the flowers as soon as they dry, so then we can always paint the back later. And when you're doing earrings and when you're making earrings, you do wanna make the back look as pretty as the front. So you could always put your design back there as well. I just got some white paint on the black when I touched it, but I think it looks really cute. I just thought about, what if we did like some fingerprint earrings? That's a cute idea we may do later on. So I'm gonna go exchange the water, and then we're gonna let these dry, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna start painting some flowers. See you in a second. So don't mind me, I'm just gonna put one more coat of the black paint on this earring and cover up the little white spot I put on there. And then they'll be good to go. And this, it got really great coverage, so I don't think you'll need more than 2 coats, because I'm also gonna use the Mod Podge Dimensional Magic, because I feel like that's gonna make the flowers pop, and that's gonna be really pretty. So I'm gonna go and shake up all the paints so that they're ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and get a separate plate and put them on there, so we can start painting our flowers. So I'm gonna be using yellow. I'm gonna do some green. That color is called Primary Yellow. You've seen me use this one before. That is Grass Green. I love this color. This is Turquoise Blue. This is my absolute favorite color in the whole world. That's Ocean Breeze. I mean, I don't know what blue flowers, but somewhere in the world there's some blue flowers. If they got pink frogs, there's blue flowers. That's Purple Pizzazz. And then, oh, I think this one's really pretty. This is like a light orchid. So these are all the really pretty colors I'm gonna make flowers with, but you can use any colors that you want. And then I wanted to do like an outline using different colors around the flowers just to give them some pop. I want some red, I think, although I don't like red in general as one of my colors of choice, but I just kind of feel like I want to throw some red in there. We'll see. Okay, you guys, so we're back. So the black pear is still just a little wet right around in there, but it's okay. We're gonna go ahead and begin to paint some flowers. So I'm going to, not sure how I wanna start yet, but anyway, let's go ahead and start putting our paints out on a plate. I sat them upside down so they'd be ready to pour. So we're gonna put some of the yellow out, some of the green. I just set them upside down on the table, so I shook them up and then mixed them really well. I'm just pouring some of them out. So I'm really not sure yet what colors I'm gonna go with first. I think that one has a little coagulation that I wanna do right. Let's see. I don't know, we might have to figure that one out in a little while. The purple. Let's put some pink out. What are y'all doing this week? Are y'all going back to work? You have plans? Oh, it's 4th of July week. I forgot about that. I was trying to book somewhere for us to go, and everything was booked up where I was thinking about going, so I hadn't found anything yet. I don't know. Might be staying close to home, but at least that means I saved some money, right? So anywho, what are y'all doing? What do you have planned? I really just want to go. I don't want to go to the beach per se as much as I just want to be by the ocean. I don't necessarily want to get in the water. I don't have to. I'll be okay if we just are near the water. Like, I feel like I'm rejuvenated and regenerated when I'm near the ocean, when I can see it. Sometimes when I can just smell the salt air, it's like being reborn. So I'm just putting some different colors out to give us some ideas of the colors we can use to make some stuff with, to make our different flowers with. So just creating a different palette. Just 2 more colors we're gonna put down, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna show you what I have out. Tomorrow I'm super busy. I have a lot of insurance clients tomorrow that I have to run illustrations for. So these are all the colors we're gonna work with. And so now, I used to do nails. I don't know if I told y'all that or not. So one design that we used to do with the nails, I'm gonna put some more white paint out, is we would do like half and half on the brush. I'll show you what one looks like. So we would do, like, let's say we did one side white, and let's do it where you'll be able to see it on here, hopefully. So we did one side white and maybe one side purple. I hadn't done it in so long, I don't know if I can still do it or not. but basically it would come out like a gradient, and we would do nail art that way. So I thought about doing the flowers that way, but I don't know, since I really don't have that down to a science, I better not attempt that. So what we're gonna do first is, I like that purple and the white idea together, so I think that I'm gonna just use my ball tool and make like just a purple dot for the flower to start with. And then from there, we're gonna do, I want the petals to be like different colors around that. So I like that idea. So let's do yellow. So around that purple center, we're just gonna do some yellow dots. And your flowers can look like whatever you want them to look like. This one's probably gonna look like a daisy. And as best as you can, you want them to be similar in size and design. I'm gonna hold it up so you can see it too. It's really pretty. So that's super cute. And these are really gonna stand out in a really pretty way once we put the dimensional magic on there. So I really like that. That's pretty. So I like the idea of what we're doing right here with the two colors. So I think that I'm gonna do something with the teal on one side of the brush and I want to say the green, but I don't know. Maybe we're gonna do the teal and the bright green. I don't know. And I think what I want to do is some type of like design like that almost looks like a leaf. So we're gonna reload the brush again. So you're gonna do one side teal, one side green, and then I'm just using the edge of the brush and then you just keep making like, I'm just making a line. I'm literally just laying down the brush. I'm gonna pick this one up and try to do it on camera. So just lay the brush to the side, pick up the blue, lay the brush to the side, pick up the green. Let me just turn it that way, it might be easier than me trying to hold it. So I'm literally just standing the brush straight up and then I'm just turning it and putting it straight down and then putting it back out to the side. And then you can make as many petals as you want, right? And so now that we have the flower down, what we can do from there is we can take our smaller dotting tool, right? And let's figure out what we want the center of the stamen to look like. And I kind of want to go with the red. I think red will be really pretty in there. So I just put some red little dots. Ooh, look how pretty that is against that green and that blue. I think that's really pretty. So again, this design is called Flower Power, and we're just making different flowers. And I'm making these up as I go. So these are maybe not flowers that we'll see in nature. These are just flowers I see in my mind. Okay, so that's what we're putting together. So now I think I want some type of buttercream kind of colored flower. So I'm gonna use the bigger dotting tool that I have right here in the cup that's holding you all. So I'm gonna grab it out. Because the white ones over there, they're still drying. So I think what I want to do is like a white flower, like an ivory colored flower down here. So I'm just gonna lay the ball down. And again, this one is gonna be probably similar to a daisy as well. And it's gonna have like, you know, just a center color, which I think is gonna be like a pink. So we got that down, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a bigger dot like in the center, like a pink color. And you want to pick up a pretty hefty amount of pink or amount of paint because it's still wet, so it'll tend to want to flow. Look how cute that is. So then those are pretty. So now let's think of something that we can do with the blue. I'm trying to think of a different flower in my head that I've seen that we could put maybe over here or down there. But I think what I want to do is I want to do like a long green leaf type line, since we do have the green out. So I just wet my brush a little bit just so it would be like, wouldn't be flailing out, like have the bristles flailing out or anything. And so what I'm gonna do is from the flowers, I'm just gonna do a green wave like that. Just a wave like that. And so I wanna do that in a couple areas from the flowers so it makes it look like they have stems. And of course, you can use whatever colors you want. I think that'll be really pretty. And then I'm gonna show you how we can possibly like add dimension to that by using some of the like the lime green over next to that. So let's take some of that lime green and let's just do it like right up next to it. And it's just gonna give some dimension. How pretty that is. So same thing over on the other one. And again, these are just my flower power earrings. You can make yours however you want. I want to get some artificial flowers and do some designs that I have in mind. So I'm going to get those so we can do our next design using some of the artificial flowers. Now, right in here inside the yellow and purple, I'm trying to decide if I want to add anything in there. But I don't know. They're so pretty the way they are, so I may just leave it alone. So now what we want to do is let's figure out what we can do over here. I really like how those came out, the little white, the little ivory colored and pink flower. I think that came out really cute. So now, I'm trying to decide on my next color. Let's do something with maybe the light pink. So maybe we'll do something with the light pink and the blue. And maybe let's see if we can do and all I'm doing is like a wave to the brush, like almost like a squiggle pattern. That reminds me of a palm tree, sort of. This part may be hard to follow because it's kind of hard to teach, but I'm just doing like this on, so I have blue on one side, pink on the other side. I'm holding it flat down and I'm just doing that on the base. And all it's doing is causing those colors to gradiate together. So that's literally all I'm doing is that, okay? So it may be a little bit hard to follow, but just practice. All you're doing is loading your brush on two different sides. So I'm loading my brush on the pink side and I'm loading my brush on the blue side. And then copying the same pattern on this side. I'm just pulling it away from itself and doing like a squiggle. got off just a little bit on that one, so let's see if we can. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7. There's 2, 4. So we got to get this one separated just a little bit. Let's fix this side, and then we can fix that side. Which means I'm going to have to spread that one out just a little bit. So let's add just a little bit more paint over here. There we go. And maybe widen that one just a little bit. Pretty. And I want to add a little bit right in there. Here we go. And this one up top looks like it's just a little bit smaller right in here. So I think that's enough. We need to leave that alone. So that's pretty. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. And then we're just going to put some little dots on the center of that one so that it has a stamen. I think they came out really pretty. It reminds me of cotton candy a little bit. So now let's think of using our ball tool. What color could go like right in the center of that? That would be really pretty. The purple would be pretty. In there. So with that teal color would be pretty. We want something that'll stand out. So I'm gonna go with purple. We may do like some layered dots, so like some multicolored dots to make it stand out. So let's just do a few dots in the center. My little dots got stuck for a second. So let's do some of those together, and then what we can do, like even in there with our smaller dotting tool, is we could put some extra colored dots in there. So what would make it stand out? I think the green would make it stand out. So we're gonna put green right in the center. And I think some yellow would be really pretty too. So let's take some yellow. And you might not like my color choices, and that's fine. Everything isn't for everybody. But I just encourage you, just play around, right? So I'm just gonna do some more stems, like to make it look like there's vines coming from the flowers. And then we're gonna add a little bit of a layering to give it some highlight. And hold it up so you can see it. I think they're coming out really pretty. I think they look really tropical and really pretty. I love them. So I want to do one more flower, like somewhere over in here. I just got to decide what color that's going to be. I honestly think something with white would be really pretty and would stand out really pretty over here. Not going to lie, I'm nervous about what I'm going to make. So I think what I want to do is, let's do white on one side. I'm trying to figure out what color I want on the other side. We don't have any purple. Let's see. Do I want purple? We have pink right there. What if I try to mix 3 colors? Let's see. That's pretty. But I don't want that blue to be so overpowering, so I don't want to use that blue. But I do like the idea of, I think I'm just going to go with an all white flower. Let's see. I'm going to go with the thought of an all white flower and just see. Because we can add color to this. You can always add some color to it. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to add some color to that, because that's going to have some pop and pizzazz. I think I want to do like some yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, I love how, because it's wet, the yellow isn't going all the way on there. It's just kind of like dotting itself on there and not going on there all the way. like it's not committing. But look how pretty. So then we're gonna be able to add some color to that. And this just looks so tropical. We're going to a friend, well, we're supposed to go later in the year to a friend's wedding. And they're having a tropical wedding. And these may be really pretty. I'm not sure. I'm not in the wedding. My husband is. I'm just attending as a guest. They're one of our best friends. And so depending on what the attire is, these may be some really great earrings to wear with or to go with. So now, because I'm undecided about the center dots and what that's gonna look like, I'm gonna go ahead and add the green lines to finish this one up. I'm trying to decide. I don't really want the green line coming that way, so I think I'm gonna put it down here, like right over in here. And maybe one off this side as like the last one, because I want the top to keep kind of that black clear look up here. I want that space to kind of be like blank. So let's just put a little bit more green to highlight the darker green. And then now we got to figure out what we're gonna do in our flower. So do we have any colors on here that we haven't really used in the design? I love the pop of red that we have over there. I think that's really pretty. We haven't used the lavender, but that won't really show up on here because of the depth of the white and we haven't used a lot of pink. So let's do some maybe pink stripes in there. And I'm just making some dash marks using the brush. And that's just to give it that pop of color. And then in part two, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start working on the white flower. So I'm gonna put some dots in there to finish it off. And I noticed that on this particular flower that I don't have enough of the green and the blue petal. Wipe some of that off. I need to widen it, bring it up just a little bit. Okay, so I just needed to fix that a little bit. I think one more spot I need to fix, and then we're gonna start messing with it. So now last little zhuzh bit, I just need to put a dot in the center of the yellow and the white flower, and I cannot decide. So I'm gonna hold it up so you can see it. I think they came out really beautiful. Keep touching stuff. I think they're so pretty. So these are flower power. We're gonna let them dry. I just need to put something in the center stamen. I might do black. I don't know, I think that's gonna be really pretty and kind of like a little dramatic finish. And then I'm gonna put my paint up in a Ziploc bag to maintain the colors, but look at that, I like it. And then what I'm gonna do, so we did a black center, and then to even give that a little bit more pop, I'm gonna add a little white dot in the center right here. And that gives it like some mystery. And I think I want to add, okay, I know enough is enough, right? But I think I want to do like some purple, just like a few little purple dots here and there. Just to give it some uniqueness. I mean, isn't it the coolest that whenever you just want a new outfit, you want some new earrings, you can just be like, hey, I'm just gonna make me a pair of earrings to go with every single outfit. I think they came out really beautiful, so I'm gonna turn them around, take a picture. so you can see what they look like. Let me straighten up our paper and then we'll be right. So I'm gonna turn these around so you can see a picture of them is gonna be in here, and then we're gonna let them dry overnight, and then we're gonna come back, get them finished up, and then we're gonna start working on the white pair. These are gonna be incredible and you're gonna love them. I want you to make a pair with me of Flower Power earrings. They're gonna be so much fun. So we'll be right back in part 2, coming up tomorrow after these dry.